in general, I have been dealing with a lot of liminality. When you go through initiation, and mind you, there's formal initiation, like I am formally initiated into spiritual societies. That aside, life brings you initiation, and the period before and during initiation, liminality is a huge theme. Liminality is that space of being in between, that space of knowing that you're going to come into a new era, but not quite being in that space yet. And I don't know how to describe it except for I have been feeling that way creatively. I've been feeling that way spiritually, like a new era is rushing to come out of me. I mean, musically, I know that's the case with this album, but just in life, like a new era is trying to push forward out of me. Like I need to be a new woman, okay? And so much of my astrology speaks to that, the season that I'm in, and I want to honor that. I think for so long I wanted to rush through that feeling of not being who I want to be. I wanted to be her immediately. I wanted the body, I wanted the skin, I wanted the career, I wanted to be playing the stages, playing the rooms. I wanted to be her. And I realized that in the pursuit of being this accomplished artist, playing these big stages with all these awards, I was missing out on my life, okay? Missing out. And add on to that, my responsibilities as a spiritualist and the work that I do to heal others. It's very easy to get lost and lose your days because I'm looking so deeply into other people's lives, looking so deeply into the spiritual realm that working on this project and taking a little social media break and even slowing down the ways that I work, because I used to just be on. Now I don't work that way. I work seasonally. So my books are open for readings until the end of May. And then I'm going to take a break in June, maybe July. We'll see if I come back August or September to recalibrate, to celebrate my birthday, to get some sun, to be at peace, to make more music, and to just close my eyes to everyone else and turn inward. And I've realized the importance of that I cannot be on all the time. It's also ancestral for me. I come from, like I said, practitioners who would travel on those trains, travel on those railways, know when that midwife would be up north, know when she would be down south, know when the conjure man was coming to what city. And you would maybe only see him once or twice a year, but you knew that he was going to give you medicine and give you things, whether that be wisdom, spiritual healing, guidance, that would last you until that next season that he came around. And when it comes to my spiritual work, rather than this super demanding and exhausting and ultimately not sustainable idea that I would be working like a machine, I decided to just work seasonally, and that has been a blessing for me. I feel very in between, and having to sit with that and come to terms with the fact that I was still shaping and shifting, and not to be ashamed of the things that I said no to that I think would have had me much further. That has been a lot too. Grieving the ways that I did not sell out. I know what would have made me feel like selling out, whether it was the conversations I had with people at labels who wanted me to present my spirituality a certain way, bigger and larger celebrities who I could have done and continue to do spiritual work for, but when I saw that their character wasn't right or that we just weren't aligned, I moved away from. Ways that I could have compromised the sound of my music or released things differently and maybe been further along, but not as fulfilled. Now I've reached a season where I feel I'm called to bigger. I'm called to have my cake and eat it too in a certain way. All those ways that people wanted me to feel small and wanted me to feel like I was not going to be able to push forward and be who I am in my fullness as a spiritual woman, as a brilliant creative. I'm so fucking dope. I'm not saying that from an arrogant place. I'm saying it with surety in my heart. I'm so dope, and you hoes know it. You hoes know it. You hoes know it, and I know it too. So, and I want everybody who's watching this to know that you are so dope as well. Like, I don't know, I've been called arrogant so many times in my life, and I get it, but it's because I think most people are fundamentally insecure. I certainly have my insecurities. I am not insecure. That's one thing to know about me. And if I start to feel an insecurity is running me, I will exorcise it out of there. The same I will exorcise demons out your crib, okay? It feels like that to me, like a haunting. And I refuse to be haunted by my past, haunted by societal expectations of me, haunted by limits. Imagine not living your creative life, your life to the fullest because you didn't see a clear pathway or because other people told you you should play down. And I think that that's what people want for Black women and women especially, and I refuse. I'm learning to temper my flame. I'm learning to work smarter and not harder, okay? We want to talk about ways my spiritual practice has informed my creative practice and vice versa. It's that, smarter, not harder, to be a controlled flame, to be not something that's just burning and tearing up everything, okay? But to be controlled, to harness my power, to know the truth of who I am, to know that I'm essential, even if you fear me. Hear me out. I'm essential, and if it makes you uncomfortable, that's your burden to carry. I'm a lovely woman, but we all know when it comes to Black womanhood, when it comes to Black spirituality, in both the music industry and the ecosystem that is this world, I am crucial and essential, and you love me, and you do not understand why you love me, and that is not my cross to bear. That is what my spirituality has taught me. Only greater sense of self, only greater sense of community, only greater belief in people like me who are coming from a certain place. And so creatively, and when I say a certain place, I mean like love, passion, grit. I don't mean one societal upbringing. I mean like have a fire inside of them that is pushing this art, pushing forward your mission out of you. Those are my people. And those people aren't intimidated. Those people don't feel weird. Those people don't want to size me up in a certain way, you know, and I'm learning to walk into those rooms. And so in this season of Liminality, I am running spiritual services. I'm doing a return to sender, which really is the energy of this whole, that's so funny that I had that conversation, right? Because I was saying how one of the best things spiritually one can do to return to sender is to not succumb to other people's projections. So let's talk about return to sender work real quick. So return to sender is like a classic understanding in conjure, root work, hoodoo, and other spiritualist traditions, right? Where there are folks, we do return to sender, right? That basically means if you're doing the wickedness to me, may the wickedness come back to you. That's what return to sender means. It does not mean I'm in there toil, double and toil on you. It means simply, if you want smoke, there will be smoke, and you will suffocate in your own smoke, honey. All right? And lately, I have been seeing a lot of clients and just friends, creative practitioners, and myself in this liminal space where it's like, I need to hear my own voice. I need to know if the path that I'm taking is my path or it is just made up of the projections of others. And I know that as many people are rooting and cheering me on and celebrating me, unfortunately, there are people who wish to project wickedness into my life because what it is that I'm doing scares them. If I keep it fundamental, it's not a fundamental dislike for me. And some people who have that, that's your ass. You going in the jars too. But fundamentally, return to sender cleans you off of other people's projections, other people's mess, sends that nastiness, whether it's intentional or unintentional, back, right? It says, you deal with that. Oh, you thought it was going to land in my yard? You deal with that. That's actually yours. You keep that. Right? And so I'm running that service on the new moon this Friday, and then I'm doing a live Q&A about return to sender work. And when I say live, it's going to be like private link. I'll send everyone who participates that link so that we can chat about return to sender work, so we can talk about liminality, so I can answer any of your questions as well as give you all the service notes from Spirit for this upcoming work. So that's open on my website, as well as divinations. If you guys want to grab a spiritual service from me, or you guys want to get a reading from me, those are open. And in terms of me and my music, just remember, y'all can always just say, SATAR'RA, I don't want you to work. Here's some money for your project. I need to put a little link there so y'all can do that. Because some people are like that. They're like, I don't need a reading. I don't really do the spiritual things you do, or that's not my bag, but I love you. I love your work, and I want to support you. So I want to put an option for you guys to do that as well. Yeah, I just wanted to come on here and chat and give you guys the updates. Y'all see the braids, okay? Very, very cute, very, very tea. And again, on liminal things, I feel like I'm going through so much creatively and in my mind that having my hair tucked away for a little bit, what a blessing. Thank you, Coco V. Okay, love you guys. Those are the updates. Let me know what you guys want to see in terms of content or vibes or any of that. I'll try to consider it and sit with it and see if it's something that vibes with me. But I'm just going to come here and be honest. That's my goal. All right. Love you. Bye.